Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
It's not a tumor.
That's right, kids. You know what time it is. Welcome back to Marvel Tales. Atlantis Attacks, Week 2.
Atlantis Attacks edition.
Yes. Week 2. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, because Mr. Jip says so, it is
Justin the Owl, rising from the depths of Atlantis.
That's right.
Shaking all the salt water off my feathers.
Nice. That's right. This time we're going to cover Marvel Comic Presents number 26 and X-Men Annual 13.
And I had forgotten about this Marvel Comics Presents issue until you added it to the schedule.
I saw the list. I had never read this before, which I am very surprised because it was a Joe Fixit story. So
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've read it. And I was collecting this, kind of regularly. I wouldn't say every issue that I had, but I have a few consecutive runs of that one.
Yeah, I've been trying to collect it in back issues because they really, well, as we see on the app, they don't collect the full issues, but yeah, but especially, because I looked, I was like, on my app, I was like, okay, do I have this issue? No, I think I have like 25 and 27. I'm like, I need 26, it's Joe.
Yeah, this is a good one to have. And also because of the Black Panther story and the Havoc story are both excellent in this.
Yes.
I was kind of collecting this at the time for both of those because those stories went on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pleasantly surprised that, there's a Joe Fixit story in here too, and it's tied to Atlantis Attacks. No kidding.
But yeah, it's funny. This is still early, I guess, in Marvel Comics Presents when they were like, we need one mutant every issue, but before they got to the point where they're just like, make it Wolverine every episode, every issue.
Let's just have it be Wolverine. Yeah.
And then eventually, I think it was like, we need one Wolverine and one Ghost Rider story every issue, and then you can throw in two of whoever you want, but it has to be at least one Wolverine and one Ghost Rider.
Yeah. And then a War Machine and whoever else. Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised it didn't degenerate into that. It'd be like, okay, we need Wolverine every issue, Ghost Rider every issue, Punisher every issue.
Punisher. Elektra.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they could have run the gamut. And I think that they did for a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Yes, I think there was a story with Ghost Rider and Cable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the first time Wolverine and Ghost Rider meet, I think, is in, I believe I picked up that issue like last year. It's like in Marvel Comics Presents, yeah.
Wolverine and Ghost Rider?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was in that Ghost Rider story where the X-Men and the Brood in New Orleans.
No, they met before that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And of course it went very peacefully, don't you know?
Oh, God, yeah. I'm sure it was very calm and mild-mannered.
I think I'm trying to remember. I think Ghost Rider thought Wolverine was like a hand ninja or something.
Oh, yeah. Easy mistake to make, right?
Yeah.
The biker, the flaming bike, and the chains, and the whip chain spikes, and the flaming skull. Yeah, he totally hand assassin.
No, he thought Wolverine was a hand assassin. Short hairy Canadian. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right,
Bob. All right, and I must apologize. I had an idea for the combine 2 drops into the ultimate drop, but I didn't have time to do it today. All right,
okay.
So we have the.
You gotta give him that hawk too instead of that thing.
And then we have.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah.
My idea is to combine it and be like, you got to give him that hawk tumor.
Hawk tumor.
I think that's what we need. We got to give him that hawk tumor. Especially
it's going to take some editing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to edit that. But yeah, once we get rolling with some of this Atuma stuff, we got to get give him that hawk tumor.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be showing up quite a bit here pretty soon. We saw a glimpse of him in the previous story, Iron Man.
Yeah, we really don't get him this week.
Briefly, for a couple of pages, we saw him. But he really comes to the forefront here pretty soon.
Yeah, especially once they start trying to invade New York. Spoiler.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts of the story, I should say. But I also love the one that we're talking about tonight, the X-Men one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we get into this Hulk one?
Yes.
All right.
Joe Fixit time.
Yes. My favorite Hulk. All right. So, this one is Marvel Comics Presents number 26 from August 1989. So, of course, Splashdown. Writer. So this is kind of our I think the Hulk creative team at the time. Writer Peter David, penciler Jeff Purvis.
Yeah.
Inker Mike DiCarlo, colors Tom Fine, and letterer Augustin Moz.
Actually, what year was this?
89.
9. So I wonder if Dale Keown was doing Incredible Hulk then, and Jeff Purvis might have moved on.
Hold on, let me see.
So maybe this was like a kind of like a reunion of those two.
I guess. Hold on, let me look.
But I know that Purvis was on the Incredible Hulk title for quite a while, like a year or two.
This was hold on. This might have been towards the end of his run. Let's see if I got that right here. Yeah, August 1989's cover date also was Incredible Hulk 358, which was like kind of towards the end of Joe's run in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, Jeff Purvis was. This was like towards the end of Purvis's run on Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, this is great. This is a great little kind of, like I was saying to you earlier in chat, kind of like a lost little gem of the Joe Fixit era.
Yeah. Because also this month, Hulk 358 featuring the Ghoul.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I kind of want to steal that. I kind of want to steal that from Gamma Charge to do the Hulk in Vegas run here.
Maybe we'll do another Gamma Charge Marvel Tales crossover coming up here soon.
Stay tuned, 2026 kids.
That's right.
Either that or we squeeze an extra one in somewhere.
All right.
So this one has no synopsis. We see this guy who's looks like a sea captain almost, getting threatened by Joe Fixit.
Yeah, as only Joe Fixit can do. Yeah.
But yeah, basically,
he's holding an anchor in his hands and bending it like it's made out of tinfoil or something.
Giving the info dump to us. He's like, "You're Jonas Marlin. Get it?"
Yeah.
Jonas Marlin, owner of Marlin World, right? I don't suggest you lie about it. I'm Joe Fixit. You ran up a considerable debt back in Las Vegas at my employer's establishment. Then you skip town. Then he bends that anchor.
Yeah.
I'm here to collect with interest.
I'm here to collect with interest.
My interest.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the guy and Marlin's like, I knew you were coming. I put the money together, and he's like, "There's 50,000 here."
Yeah, it's only half of what he owes.
I love Joe. Hold it, Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't come all the way to San Diego just to get half what you owe. But then Marlin's saying, yeah, Marlin World is thriving. He's like, I could even give your boss a quarter interest or half, or please don't kill me.
Yeah, which is basically SeaWorld, for those who don't know. Like, this is essentially like a Wish.com version of SeaWorld. Yeah.
All right, so, I guess maybe you can't tell from the colors, but does this look like the daytime to you?
It does, yeah, when they're walking around, yeah.
Yeah, because unless...
And then at the end of the story,
Yeah, unless this is supposed to take place a few months back, if it's daytime, he shouldn't be the Grey Hulk, but I know.
That's what I'm saying. But at the end, when he's at the end, when the Atlanteans show up, it looks like it's daytime out. Yeah.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Noel. Yes, not Atlantis Attacks. Biscuit Attacks.
No. Always Biscuit Attacks.
Oh my.
My favorite biscuit. Yeah, so he takes him on a tour of Marlin World, and I love this panel where Joe walks by the tank where there's the great white shark, and it just kind of swims up to the side of the tank and gives him the hairy eyeball.
Almost like it's growling at him. Yeah, he growls back.
I love it.
Marlin, hey, you scared my shark. Joe, yeah, right. He'll be in therapy for months.
Yeah. And then he takes him to Shandu, the killer whale.
Shandu.
Shandu. And this was before Free Willy. I think Free Willy was 1993. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Peter David went to SeaWorld.
No.
So yeah,
Shandu.
Shandu's doing all these tricks and stuff, and
It's getting a little aggressive.
yeah, he like grabs the trainer or whatever, and yeah, takes him under.
Hauls him right into the water.
I love Joe. Now that's different. There's some hope for your show after all.
Right. That's some entertainment.
Shandu's going
It's apparent that the trainer has been murdered by the
oh yeah.
by the killer whale. That's when Joe leaps into action.
What's kind of like trying. It looks like the killer whale's trying to like crash out of the tank, and then
there's a little kid that's tripped and fallen.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's Joe. Joe ain't gonna do crap until it looks like it's gonna jump on these two little kids, and then Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, Flipper, fun's over.
With Flipper. He's just beating up this killer whale.
Well, it like bites him, and then he's like, "You overgrown guppy." That was my kid's suit.
Overgrown guppy.
Smash into the tank.
Yeah. And then he picks it up and leaps
out
of Marlin World with it.
Yeah, Marlin's like, "No, you got to get him out of here. No one will come anywhere near my place if they hear about a berserk whale." What's in it for me?
It just so happens that the Atlanteans surface in one of their crafts, just as Joe is leaping over the horizon with the killer whale in tow.
Well, it seems, I guess, the killer whale may not have gone to run amok out of its own accord because the Atlanteans are testing some kind of device to cause sea creatures to go berserk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those devious guys.
So they're like, oh, if it works, we'll use it on hundreds of sea creatures. Yeah.
Yes. We'll have a ready-made army.
And then I love the, sir, do you hear some sort of whistling, like something falling? And Joe, I guess Joe just dumped the whale on top of her.
Just dumps the whale on top. At first I thought, oh, man, that must have killed that killer whale. Like, that must have ended. But no, it swam off in the end. It was okay. Well, that was good. He didn't just indiscriminately murder this poor manipulated animal that had nothing to do with this grander scheme of things.
So yeah, the Atlanteans turn and run back to Atlantis.
Yep.
Then Joe's like, there goes the whale, sturdy son of a gun. Wonder what that was all about.
Yeah. He'll find out, actually, soon enough.
Yeah, though I don't think we see him like more towards the end, don't we? But
yeah, it is.
He shows up. I don't know if he does.
The Avengers Annual.
Avengers, maybe. And I was going to say, in that...
They call in all the reserves for that.
Yeah.
And then he actually answers the call again. He's like, oh, man, 2 years in a row? Jeez.
Now, I'm trying to remember, is everyone in the Fantastic Four Annual maybe, too? Because that's the last one.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I can't remember.
At least the Avengers and Fantastic Four, I think.
Yeah. And some of the X-Men, too, I think.
Are they? It's hard. It's again. It's so weird because it's probably like the X-Men are probably getting like shafted on some of these crossovers because it's like they're at the point where everyone thinks they're dead.
Right. Yeah, and so like X Factor is like the primo mutant team out there. Yeah.
Because
and they make an appearance in this. Yeah.
Yeah, because X Factor, New Mutants, and once again we're going to leave Excalibur out of this.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. Although I think this was when possibly the cross-time caper thing was going on, so they might have been completely out of the picture.
So yeah, so once again, man, they missed out on lots of crossovers.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Wait, I wonder how
that thing went on for over a year.
I wonder how Claremont got away. I mean, maybe because he sold so much with X-Men. I'm like, how did he get away with that? Where it's like, I'm going to write this like year-long story, so this book is going to miss out on a ton of crossovers, with other X books, with the whole rest of the Marvel universe.
I liked that. In hindsight, I liked that because it kind of meant that Excalibur was exclusively their own little thing.
Yeah.
They had their own little universe in which they could do their own stuff, and it was unique and interesting and fun. And it was, there was always a unique thing happening in every issue of that. Yeah,
I just thought there'd be holy hell coming from the sales department.
Oh, well, that was quickly corrected. I think it was like after issue 50. Finally, they were like, "Okay, listen, we're going to put Excalibur back in the Marvel universe." They've been getting away with doing their own thing for so long, but the time has come. They're getting these holographic covers, whether they want them or not.
I know. I'm surprised because they took so long. Because I thought they'd be like, well, Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, those are some like popular X characters. Man, we need to get them back in.
Yeah, yeah. It was popular though. It was a good selling title. It did well. So I think that for a while they're like, well, we don't. If it isn't broke, we're not going to fix it.
Yeah. So the list I saw, this is where this issue, this Marvel Comics Presents was listed on the Atlantis Attacks order.
Mm-hmm.
But in the notes here, it's saying that this Splashdown story is teased as a prelude to the Atlantis Attacks event. So
it takes place before the Silver Surfer annual potentially.
But you would think it would. I guess the Atlanteans might just be planning to attack. But I'm just like, we're going to come after Ghaur's, reconstituted and returns to Earth, and be like, oh yeah, guess what? We're going to stir up some shit.
Yeah, convenient timing, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, it seems like it would make more sense if it was concurrent with the Iron Man annual.
Yeah.
Because that's right. I mean, that's right when at the start of that, the Atlanteans are talking about doing their stuff.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's been funny. I love when Joe runs into Namor.
Oh, it's always fun when those two encounter each other.
But they don't encounter each other here. Because remember when they finally do encounter him, which we did cover on Gamma Charge.
Yes.
He's like, oh, Banner, you should tell the Hulk he should start wearing suits and stuff. Oh, I'll pass it on.
Yeah. You and I and Russell talked about that story.
Yes. Oh, my Lord. When Lilith and I were recording, I think it was yesterday. Because, yes, Wade's World's back for at least 2 episodes, kids.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we did the latest Wolverine and Deadpool miniseries, World War III, and then we're going to do the movie review.
Oh,
but we were talking, we said, next April Fools, we should do... We're like, what's like a fake show we could do every year? But like, I was like, you know what we need to do? Pretend we're going to do a Doom show.
Oh, yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, watch it'll be too fun. We'll want to do it. I'm like, I don't
Exactly,
care. I'm
yeah.
down for it every so often. We'll just throw one in. But
Yeah.
I said, you think we get Eve Heaven Water in here?
Yeah, Eve Heaven Water.
And then we said maybe for a third we need your evil double from another universe.
Yes.
That conservative straight guy.
The Bible beater.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with a name. We were like, who could it be? And I was like, what's a douchey name? I was like, oh, I know. Instead of Justin the Owl, I'm like, let's do Chase the Hawk. I just need you to start yelling about Superior Puss.
Superior Puss.
Chase the Hawk. You could do Scott the Hawk too. That has.
Oh, there you go.
Scott
Yeah.
the Hawk.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds extra douchey. Yeah.
Scott the Hawk. Yeah.
Be like a drunken frat boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I should have a Punisher tattoo somewhere on my arm or something. Yeah.
I think we need to do that. Oh, yes, April Fools. Yes,
that's a good idea.
All right. But yeah, again, like I said, this is a short story, but I do like that. This is the first time I read it. I don't know how I missed it, but yeah, I was so happy to get like a new to me Peter David Hulk story.
Yeah. And I think there might be a couple more of these peppered in throughout the Marvel Comics Presents.
Yeah. I did read 1 or 2 others. Yeah, so
yeah,
he did get
more
a
of these
few,
hidden gems lurking in there. And also, I would recommend that you read the entirety of this Black Panther story that's in here because that's fantastic.
I've read the parts that I was able to find. I have enjoyed what I've read of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff with the Gene Colan artwork. And also that, like I said, the Havoc story is excellent.
Yeah,
that's
good.
him up against the cult of the living pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
It's great stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Anybody that hasn't checked out that series, it's not available in its entirety on Marvel Unlimited. So if you can find it in the dollar bins or whatever, get it, because they're great.
Yeah, I was surprised that they actually on the app they actually reprinted 2 stories, because I was afraid that Joe Fixit maybe because Joe Fixit the Joe Fixit story had to do with it, Atlantis Attacks. That's how we got
I think so. Yeah, they wanted to have that whole story on there, because if you look up on Marvel Unlimited Atlantis Attacks, it has that in the reading order.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And also the New Mutants issue, which I haven't read. Like, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was even part of this.
Like I said, I haven't either. And then I think there's like a random Avengers West Coast issue in there too. I'm trying to remember if I've read that one or not.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think I have read that one, but it's been a while.
Yeah, but no, I was happy on the app because they did for this one they did put the Joe Fixit story in and the Black Panther story.
Yeah,
but that's it on the app.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And then I was really bummed. I mean, I did get it. I had to get it for the podcast, but there's Quasar only showed up once in Marvel Comics Presents. It was number 29.
Oh, was that the only appearance?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I met Jennifer Kale, and yeah.
Oh wow. Seemed like there would have been a couple more at least.
Yep.
That's weird. Well, she does show up, or Quasar does show up actually in Atlantis Attacks.
That's right.
Later on.
We're going to get there, but all right. So should we get to the other issue?
Yes. Let's get to X-Men Annual number 13.
All right. And I have synopses for all these stories. All right. All right. So yes, kids. X-Men Annual 13 from August 1989. All right, the main story, the Atlantis Attacks story, is Double Cross. Writer Terry Austin, penciler Mike Vosberg, inker Mike Vosberg, so penciler and inker. Colorist Tom Vincent, letterer Ken Lopez, and editor Bob Harris. Mr. Jip has swapped the minds of Dazzler of the X-Men and Diamondback of the Serpent Society to force them to obtain several powerful mystical items for him. X-Men leader Storm agrees to Jip's demand, and her team and Diamondback defeat the latter's Serpent Society teammates, hired by Atlanteans planning an invasion of the surface world, to obtain the items from the Savage Land, Lima, Ohio, and Iceland. After Master Jip returns Dazzler and Diamondback's minds to their bodies, Diamondback reveals that she is working with Sidewinder, the deposed founder of the Serpent Society. They thank the X-Men for doing their work, steal the items, and collect the Atlanteans' fee. Although disappointed, Jip thinks to himself of the sinister plans the Atlanteans have for the items and for Storm.
Oh.
And he also thinks something about keeping Dagger safe from them, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, remember that, folks, if you haven't read this.
And you want to hint, kids...
Yeah.
Look below us in the center there.
Yes, actually, yes. Look at that.
There's
the
a list there.
West Coast cover. The 7 brides.
So stay tuned for that.
Things are going to get crazy.
All right. So what you think, Justin?
I love this. I mean, the first time I read this, I was kind of underwhelmed by the artwork. Because the last time that I had seen the Serpent Society was in the Captain America story that you and I love so much, the Mark Grunwald one, and that had that gorgeous artwork by Kyron Dwyer that I love so much. But and that story went on for quite a while too. It was like 3 or 4 or 5 issues. So I had that kind of in my head as being like the definitive look for the Serpent Society at that time. And then when Mike Vosberg came along in this stuff, I was like, okay. Because I remembered him from The Outsiders. He had done a bunch of artwork on The Outsiders. And the style isn't really my thing. So at first, when I saw that he was doing the art, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. But I loved the theme of the story so much. With Dazzler and Diamondback mind swapped. Yeah,
I remember, like, I didn't get this one first time around. I got this as like a as a back issue, and I remember I was like, "Wow, Serpent Society. That seems kind of random for just to show up in an X book." But okay,
totally, yeah, it is so random, and it works so well for this
because it's like they're battling Captain America enemies, and then they've got Mr. Jip, who I guess is a cloak and dagger.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had read the story featuring him just before this in Strange Tales.
Mm.
There was a few issues of Strange Tales in which he fought Cloak and Dagger. So I thought, at the time, wow, they're throwing everybody into this crossover.
Yeah.
We've got Mr. Jip, we've got the Serpent Society, we've got the X-Men. Wow, okay. So I knew it kind of right off the bat back in '89. I was like, this is going to be big. This is going to involve everybody. And it was the first time, too, that I had read a Terry Austin script, because I was used to his inks, his embellishment on, like John Byrne and all this stuff like that. So I had never, to that point, I hadn't read a script of his, and I really liked it. I thought it was great.
But yeah, I mean, this one is crazy. We started. It's like, oh hey, for page 1, oh, Dazzler's coming in. She's about to bang Wolverine.
Yeah. It's like, what's going on here? Yeah, and I love the part where Diamondback in Dazzler's body is eating like a bunch of nasty cereal, like honey sugar cereal. And Dazzler's freaking out. She's like, "Stop eating that crap! You're ruining my body." It's so funny.
She told Dazzler, "You got really fat thighs." Which again, kids, is a female superhero in 1989. How big do you think her thighs look? Not that big.
Yeah, right, exactly. But this was after the Jim Shooter Dazzler special, so she still had PTSD from that.
Yes. I don't know. Did you think Diamondback was in character in this? Because I don't know. Maybe I'm used to later Diamondback when she was like trying to be a hero. I'm just like, I don't know. Would she like be that petty to like try to sleep with Wolverine in Dazzler's body?
Well, I was trying to think about that after I read this. This is right before she starts palling around with Captain America in the Bloodstone hunt and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because this is
Yeah, this is like the last glimpse of Diamondback before she became kind of like a regular supporting cast member in Captain America. And I was trying to remember her characterizations before this issue in the Captain America stuff and elsewhere. And I don't think that they really put a lot of effort into exposition with her character.
No, I mean, remember that one time she was trying to seduce Captain America on a serpent ship, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to crash us unless you she drops the key down her blouse. She's like, "Unless you go for it." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "I don't think you're going to kill yourself for a moment of pleasure."
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah. So I think that characterization and maybe a couple of other bits were what Terry Austin had to go by, and I think he just kind of hooked onto that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting, because this is right before she kind of turns over another leaf, I guess you could say.
Just out of curiosity, I did look up what August 1989 Captain America was. 356. Do you remember 356? Well, it's part 1 of a 2-part.
Was it the
Steve is
Soviet super soldiers?
No, a little later.
Oh yes,
when he gets de-aged and goes undercover.
Yeah, that is literally right before the Bloodstone hunt. The end of that story is the Bloodstone hunt. So, this is literally right before Diamondback's a new chapter in her life begins. So this is cool. Yeah, this is like a glimpse of a different era of Diamondback. But I like, too, that they threw in a little bit with her friendship with Bushmaster, which has always been a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they have a little bit of a dialogue together, and when he thinks that it's Dazzler. So, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. And my girl Betsy has a nice moment in here.
Mm-hmm.
She does really good rocking that suit of armor with the cape.
But they give you that big the flashback kind of early in the story where the Serpent Society was hired by the Atlanteans to steal these artifacts, and then Diamondback gets captured by Jip, and then somehow he pulls Dazzler out of a portal, like mid-teleport, while Gateway's sending her somewhere.
Yeah, that was the part that I thought was kind of like, okay. Well,
I'm like, wouldn't it make more sense? Or, I mean, I guess maybe we're just trying to get to the point, but I'm just like, wouldn't it make more sense if, like, you know, the second she steps out of the portal wherever she's going, she got hit on the back of the head, and it's like,
yes. Yeah, exactly. Like he was lurking somewhere, yeah, and she just showed up and he happened to grab her, yeah. Yeah, that would make more sense.
Oh, yeah, it does mention Strange Tales number 9, so.
Mm-hmm.
So did he have a previous encounter with Dazzler? 'Cause she says, I almost stumbled into one of his schemes on an earlier occasion, which is that Strange Tales 9.
Oh, that was that?
That's what it's saying, yeah. Oh.
I don't remember her being in that. I thought it was just Cloak and Dagger.
But she said almost, so maybe, I don't know, she showed up on the last page or something.
Those Strange Tales issues, that's dusting off some years there. It's been a long time since I've read those.
And the whole
those issues are great. If you haven't read those, I'd recommend those too.
Nice.
Strange Tale stuff is excellent. You got a wonderful Doctor Strange story every month, and a wonderful Cloak and Dagger story every month in the same comic. It was great.
Yeah, I've been meaning to read this for years. But yeah, Psylocke, you know, confirms who since they've been body swapped, that they're both telling the truth. They've been body swapped.
Yeah.
I love when the X-Men are getting ready to leave, and Diamondback and Dazzler's body's just like lighting up and smoking with Wolverine.
Yeah. Wolverine was always smoking back then.
Oh yeah,
always.
So yeah.
I love how they go all over the place. The Savage Land. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And then, like, Dazzler's at a disadvantage because she has no powers in this body, so.
But she can still fight.
Oh, yeah. I see the serpents are showing up. I was like, boom slang. Oh, boom slang. Oh,
boom slang.
He comes to an unfortunate end.
Yes. Yes, he gets gunned down in Streets of Poison.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. Although, does he die? I think that they whisk him off to the hospital.
I don't know. Well, he might. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. He was either in critical condition or I don't know. But I don't know if we ever saw him again after either way.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But yeah, he got turned into Swiss cheese.
Oh, that's funny. He tries to start a fight with Wolverine.
Yeah,
pretty fair go for a bloody yank wanker. Ray, I need you to read that and send it to me, please.
Yeah, he beans him in the head with that thing.
With a serpent ring, he says, yeah.
Glares at him, no need to, cupcake.
Well, he says, you can't keep
Bones
dodging.
Reinforced with adamantium.
Yeah, because he's like, can't dodge forever. Wolverine's like, I don't need to.
No need to, cupcake, he says.
I got 2 pieces of advice for you, Sonny. 1, get a real power. 2, lose the stupid accent.
He punches him right in the face.
What the F? Oh, and then then Wolverine takes on Asp.
Yeah.
Nope. Is that Puff Adder?
Puff Adder, yeah, Puff Adder. Gets knocked out by Dazzler using Diamondback's natural accuracy.
Yeah, because she says, the body, she had the powers, but the body retains the sense memories of Diamondback's abilities as an expert marksman with thrown objects.
Yep.
And then, of course, the minute they touch the thing thereafter, they get teleported away.
Yes. Yeah, they're all after these mystical artifacts for Mr. Jip. Yeah, then we go to Havoc, Rogue, and Colossus in Lima, Ohio.
Yep.
Encountering Black Mamba and Anaconda.
Yeah. Oh, and Coach Whip.
Coach Whip.
Yes.
Yeah, Coach Whip. Yeah.
Just following their trail of destruction.
Yeah. She goes, Coach Whip's the name. Flaying flesh is my game. And Rogue says, well, Coach Whip, my name is Rogue. Stepping on vipers like you is my game. She grabs her whip and slings her face first into this column.
Yes. Is it just me?
So good.
Is it just me, or did I don't know if it's Terry Austin or what, but did they really just really dive into that accent on Rogue this issue more than usual. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it, yeah. Which I'm okay with it. I don't mind that, yeah.
And then
for her, it's okay.
Black Mamba's attacking Havoc with her love.
Yeah, I liked that part. Yeah, he was using Lorna, a Phantom of Lorna, against Havoc. Yeah, it was good stuff.
But then after it eventually just reminds him, oh yeah, it's like Malice now.
Yeah, not a good idea. Bringing her up is a sensitive subject right now.
And then Anaconda is taking on Colossus.
I loved that.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
That Anaconda did want some.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, he laid her out. And then a rock python, he comes
out of the hole. He's like, I got it.
And then he turns around and sees them. And Rogue says, what do you do, little man? He goes, well, I fling trick snake eggs that shoot out steel ribbon on impact. And Rogue says, uh-huh. I love that.
Care to surrender the thingy? Sure, you bet. Catch.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Well, again, Rogue would be trouble enough, but then you got Havoc and you got Colossus behind him.
Yes, yeah. Right.
So, of course, the minute they get the totem, they fade out. They teleport away.
Yeah. And then we go to Iceland.
Yeah.
Psylocke, Storm, Longshot, and Dazzler in Diamondback's body.
No, Diamondback in Dazzler's body.
Oh, right, yeah. Diamondback in Dazzler's body.
So they
were confronted by Rattler, Bushmaster, Cottonmouth, and Black Mamba. Or Black Racer, rather.
Yeah.
The Black Racer.
I love Diamondback tries throwing a throwing diamond. She's like, oh shoot, this body throws like a girl.
This body throws like a girl. And she doesn't really know how to use Dazzler's powers, but she still manages to blind Black Racer.
I don't know if she forgot about it. Storm's like, well, then I'm going to use Dazzler's light powers. And then Psylocke gives Black Racer a psychic bolt.
Psychic bolt knocks her out.
She runs into a rock.
Yeah. Dunk.
So that's two female serpents that have either been like thrown or like tricked into running into like columns or rocks or something.
And she's about to be attacked by Cottonmouth, but Storm notices and zaps him with a lightning bolt.
But then, Diamondback's fighting Bushmaster, and she's like,
he doesn't think it's her because of the hair. Yeah.
She said, it's me, I'm Diamondback.
But then he reveals, or she reveals something that they did together back in Captain America 313.
Yeah, she says how hard I worked to save your life last time.
Yeah. Which, I think that refers to when they attacked MODOK.
I think so, yeah.
And I remember MODOK blasted, like, his arms and legs off or something.
I think so, yeah.
And she had to, like, drag him to safety, yeah.
Yeah, because AIM hired them to murder MODOK.
Right, yeah. That story is pretty crazy, actually.
Spoilers, they did, and it lasted a while.
We was dead for a long time. Yeah,
because eventually they replaced him with Modam.
The
female version, or as I said in the Quantum Zone, Modam.
Modam.
Look at the head on that chick, Modam. So, the Bushmaster says, I return to our ship Diamondback to set out the remainder of this conflict. I owed you a debt. It is now repaid. Traitor. And Longshot's like, hey, I found it. But then Rattler kind of like shakes down the mountain or whatever he's standing on, and he gets buried. But then as Diamondback picks up the artifact, those three are teleported away without Longshot. Yep. And then
back to Mr. Jip's lair.
Everyone else is transported back to Mr. Jip, and they're like, Longshot's trapped in the avalanche. We have to return to him immediately. But Jip insists that they complete the transaction first.
Yes. And he switches Dazzler and Diamondback back to their regular bodies.
Yeah, he said he was touched by her sudden disregard for her own unfortunate plight. Such unselfishness should not go unrewarded. Yeah, just basically with a snap of the fingers, changes it back. Mm-hmm. They're like, what was all that equipment for earlier? Merely for effect. My little cheap bug makes something look too easy and no one will believe it.
Yeah, he is a powerful sorcerer, Mr. Jip, yeah.
So, yeah, Wolverine sees those artifacts are crackling with power, and then Jip's like, it's inconceivable to me that such short-sighted cretins like yourself would trade the glorious thrill of forbidden knowledge and power for one inconsequential human life. And that's when Wolverine's like threatening with a claw. He's like, long shot's a buddy of ours.
Which Mr. Jip responds to by spawning out of like a half dozen new arms of his own, which grasp Wolverine.
Well, first he teleports Longshot back, and they're like, how'd you survive, Longshot? And of course, as Lucky's like, I fell in a big hole under the rocks.
Of course. Because that's what he does.
That's right. But then Sidewinder, former leader of the Serpent Society, teleports in.
Yeah.
And basically, because he said the Atlanteans came to him first. Ghaur and Llyra came to him, and he told them about how the society kicked them out and stuff. So Diamondback, still loyal to him, pretended to rejoin the society, and then once they got the artifact, she, used the tracer that all the Serpent Society have placed in their skulls.
Oh, yes. Cerebral implant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now him and Diamondback teleport out with that. Looking for a certain drop here. Oh, never mind. I'll go with the other one. Sometimes I could go many different ways. I love Sidewinder teleporting in to remove her and the booty.
Booty looks good all the time.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, I love the conclusion to this story.
Yes.
Yeah, they teleport back to Australia, and everything seems back to normal. And then the Serpent Society at the end are reading a note left by Sidewinder. And so, my former friends, I will send you your 10% commission upon completion of the transaction. And Cobra says, 10%? That's Sidewinder!
And I love like half of them are sitting there either bandaged up or like arms and
they're
slings
all
or on
beat
crutches
up.
or something. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so good.
I mean, I guess nobody ever used the Serpent Society with the X-Men again, but I'm just like, wouldn't they have been like, oh, hey, we could blackmail the X-Men into not revealing that they're alive?
Right, that's true.
Although,
everybody thinks they're dead now.
Although maybe you don't want to piss them off.
Yeah. Especially the ones that went up against Wolverine. They're like, no.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if you want to blackmail Wolverine.
Yeah. And then the last page, we get a little bit more intrigue with Ghaur and Llyra.
Yep. Because they give Sidewinder and Diamondback their basically a treasure chest full of treasure for these artifacts. But then they say, take the 4 objects of power, my Lemurian alchemist, and let the process, because that giant serpent crown's sitting there.
Yeah. That also will come into play later.
Yes, and Ghaur even says, the woman storm shall come at her appointed time. Let the serpent crown be recreated, and the time of Set's domination of Earth be hastened. Hail, Set!
Hail, Set! Yeah. The story continues.
That's right. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 23.
That's right. Which, I think, is a Rob Liefeld issue.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah.
Oof.
Spider-Man and She-Hulk, yeah.
We got to be prepared for that. Although we haven't, I don't think we've lamented about his artwork on Marvel Tales recently. We did do it on Classic X-Men.
Yes.
But we haven't done it on Marvel Tales.
I don't think so.
We have to spread the malaise.
Oh, wait, we might have all the way back. What was that? Episode 2? We did New Mutants 98.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's okay. We'll make it.
Although supposedly he's retiring from Deadpool, because supposedly he has a new Deadpool project coming up, but supposedly it's his last thing on Deadpool, so we'll see.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
Until there's another movie out.
All right. You have any other thoughts on this main story, or should we get to these backups?
No, I liked it. I loved. I mean, obviously, I love the Serpent Society. I think they're great villains. They're some of my favorite villains.
Oh yeah.
And although, I mean, they were handily defeated. Like,
yeah, it's like we had to get to the end of the story.
They didn't have a prayer of a chance.
No.
And this isn't even the most powerful lineup of the X-Men.
Yeah. But again, this is like a team that like Captain America sometimes single-handedly takes on himself. So,
right, exactly.
I mean, when you're dealing with a team full of mutants, it's like, they shouldn't be too capable against the X-Men.
Yeah, definitely. So, I like stories where they are seen as more capable threats.
Yeah.
Like as we saw in the Captain America issues, like when they're actually like seriously capable threats.
Like when Grunwald was writing them, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he had a deep love for those characters because he used them so often.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I think he liked those characters a lot.
I think
and they were probably fun to write. I would imagine.
I'm trying to remember. I think he was the one who wrote it where they actually formed the Serpent Society.
I think so.
Yeah. Like Sidewinder came to them all and it's like, let's form an evil trade union.
Yeah. Because before it was just the Serpent Squad.
Yeah.
Just 4 or 5 people. Yeah. But this, he wanted to make it into like a supervillain union.
Yes.
Which I thought was really cool. Yeah. And they were just doing it for the money, typical villain motives. But they had, I don't know, I really liked the theme of it. I thought it was a cool concept. So, I always like stories featuring them, and even though they were kind of chumps in this story, it was still fun, and it made sense for them to show up. I mean, this story is all about Set and snakes and, like, serpent-themed stuff, so it totally makes sense that the Serpent Society would show up somewhere in here.
And, I mean, besides the Serpent Society, I mean, I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience with Mr. Jip, but I'm just like, I don't know. It seemed like the X-Men. Well, I guess he just teleported them away. But I'm like, didn't they back down a little too quick? I'm just like, wouldn't they be like, you mess with one of us? So yeah, especially in this era, in the Claremont era, shouldn't someone, Wolverine or someone, said, "Let's just kill him."
Yeah, right. Exactly.
He's seen us. We're alive. Let's kill him.
Yeah. The only thing I could think of is that they were running out of page count. And they're like, we got to wrap this story up quick. We can't really have them get into a big throwdown with Mr. Jip at the end of this. Yeah.
Well, that's another reason for the Serpent Society. It's like, we need another team for them to fight. But yeah, they can roll. They can roll right over them.
Yeah. That way we can split them up into chapters and divide up the team and have them face different numbers of the opposite team, whatever that is. Yeah. I think it worked well. I think it worked really well. Yeah.
All right. Should we get to the next story?
Yes. I love this one.
Yes. Jubilation Day. Writer Sally Pashkow. Penciler Jim Fern. Inker Joseph Rubinstein. Colorist, friend of a friend, Gregory Wright. Letterer Joe Rosen. And editor Bob Harris. When Dazzler, Storm, Rogue, and Psylocke return to their Australian base via Gateway's teleport portal after shopping at the Hollywood Mall, orphan mutant Jubilee steps through the hole. Unfamiliar with the X-Men, she spies on them while stealing clothing and food. When the Reavers attack the base, Jubilee hides but meets a Reaver guard dog. Defeating it with her firework powers, she gains confidence in her abilities. So, yeah.
I love this because the artist Jim Fern is much treasured by me. He is one of the co-creators and artists on Scarlet, which is my favorite comic book of all time, from 1993. So anytime that I see his name in something, I'm automatically happy about it. Mm-hmm. And I love this story. This because I was collecting Uncanny X-Men at the time regularly, so I was introduced to Jubilee when everybody reading that comic at the time was, and kind of followed her story over the course of all of that stuff with the Reavers and things. And I just thought she was so great. She was kind of like a breath of fresh air at the time because, as we know, things were pretty dark for the X-Men back then. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, she was a bright light in a lot of different ways, Jubilee. I thought we needed a character like her in the X-Men at that time. Yeah. In 1989.
And it kind of filled in. This story kind of filled in the gaps. Like she follows them home in X-Men 244, and then the Reavers show up in 251 and 252. Yes, kids, you may know it from the torture device, the sexual torture device Wolverine is strapped to on the cover of X-Men 252.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Tortured for days on there. Yeah. Yeah.
But once again, the healing factor ain't what it used to be.
The healing factor ain't what it used to be, bub. Yeah, I love this when she's watching the the X-Men play ball and stuff, and going back to her little lair in the basement and trying on the different outfits, trying on Rogue's outfit and trying on Dazzler's outfit. It was so cool because it was like, yeah, if you were like a 12 or 13-year-old, in this situation, you would absolutely do all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that that scene with Rogue's costume. He's like, ain't sticking out where it's supposed to.
Yeah. It's so great, yeah.
I was going to say, is this the first time she puts his glasses on?
I think it might be, yeah. The part with the dog was pretty nightmarish. I'd forgotten about this. The Reavers had those cybernetic hounds. Mm-hmm. I'd forgotten they had those dogs. Yeah. It was a pretty grisly moment when she just kind of blew it up. But yeah, I enjoyed this story a lot. It made me really like the character of Jubilee a lot more. It made me feel like, I don't know, that she was like a 12 or 13-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. She just happened to be thrust into this really strange, unbelievable situation.
And it is kind of nice that they, if we're going to get a back, like a kind of like a behind-the-scenes story with Jubilee here, it was written by a woman, so
mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe have a woman fill in the blanks on Jubilee instead of Claremont.
Mm-hmm. I like that too. Mm-hmm. It was nice. Yeah.
All right, and then should we get to the last one, our part?
Yes.
Saga of the Serpent Crown, Chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. So, screen's going screwy here. All right. So, Saga of the Serpent Crown, Part 3, Serpent in the Garden. Writer Peter Sanderson, penciler Mark Bagley, inker Keith Williams, colorist Mark Siri, letterer Jade Moed, and editor the late great Mark Grunwald. So it's all factually correct.
That's right.
All right, this one actually has a decent sized synopsis. It's like bigger than the main story. The story was narrated by Uatu the Watcher. He witnessed the origin of beings on the evolutionary borderline between apes and humans. C. Sneg created a lush, green, garden-like environment for two of these creatures. The unnamed couple become the ancestors of an entire tribe. This tribe lived in a migratory lifestyle, never settling in one place. But each year, their leader and their mate would return to the ancestral garden. It was sacred to them. One year, the leader and his mate discovered their sacred tribe occupied by another tribe. The strangers were free from the signs of care and hardship that marked the members of their own tribe, as if all their needs and desires were sated. The leader of the strangers communicated with them telepathically, informing them that they are the tribe of Set, cared for, fed, given warmth, and kept healthy and alive by their patron god. He invited the leader and his mate to join their ranks, promising them a happy life. Settle, make the tribal lands great again. The couple asked what they had to do. The leader of the tribe of Set informed them that mighty beings were coming from the sky, the Celestials. Yes, pray to the man in the sky.
That's right.
Man, what the hell? I swear this webpage.
They're even orange.
Yeah. In preparation for their arrival, the couple could help kill their original tribe and feed them the Set. The couple themselves would safely survive. The two wanderers realized the strangers were evil and reacted violently, killing. The stranger was evil and violent and reacted violently, killing him. In death, the Serpent Man reverted to his true form. The wanderers escaped back to their tribe and led them to attack the Serpent Men. They drove their enemies away from the garden just as the battle was finishing. The first host of the Celestials arrived. Gaia also arrived and beckoned the victorious tribe forward to accept the gifts of the space gods. Gammonon, the Gatherer, collected the wanderers and transported them to the celestial ship. The envious Serpent Men attempted to approach the ship, but were driven away by Erisham the Judge. Here comes the Judge. Within their ship, the Celestials altered the genetic makeup of the Wanderers, creating three races of humanity. There were the Eternals, virtual immortals, and with vast powers, the Deviants, whose genetic structure varies wildly. And then the Celestials let the remaining Wanderers evolve naturally into normal humans, but gave them latent genes that would someday produce superhumans. Metagene. The Serpent Men and their new demonic races went on to terrorize the emerging human race, but humanity grew strong and fought back. eventually forcing the remaining serpent men into hiding. The legendary King Kull of pre-cataclysmic Atlantis would eventually slay most of the serpent men on Earth. Most, but not all. There, Uatu ends his story. For now.
Until the next chapter.
So, what you think?
I love this. Anytime the Celestials show up, I'm happy about it, too.
Yes.
And we get a great appearance by them. They are not pleased about what Set's doing on the planet Earth.
No.
And they do something about it. Yeah, I thought the part with the two tribes was great. The serpent ape things. Like, I thought, wow, this is crazy.
I know. I thought you'd think this would be a boring story because like no one really talks, but I mean it's yeah, I know it's
you don't really need dialogue. It's great. Yeah.
And then the Celestials
and some more great artwork from Mark Bagley. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Mark Bagley art.
So good. Yeah, I thought it was really clever how they split up the history of the Serpent Crown like this.
Yeah, starting back at the beginning of time, basically.
Yeah. I mean, they did that with the Evolutionary War, with the origin of the High Evolutionary. They had that split up into those. And that worked really well, I thought. Mm-hmm. But this, I thought, was even better. Because this is an even longer span of time.
Yes.
And it touches so many corners of the Marvel Universe, as we'll discover in the weeks to come. Yeah.
All right, so... Anything else? I'm looking at the schedule here, see what's coming up. Yeah, it's gonna get even more bonkers, kids.
Oh yes, we've got Amazing Spider-Man Annual next.
Well, yes, next episode will be Amazing Spider-Man Annual 23. That is that Rob Liefeld with Spider-Man and She-Hulk, and also that episode will be Punisher Annual 2.
Oh yes,
where Frank Castle and Mark Spector just try to kill each other.
Yes.
And then
I love that.
Yes, and then part 4 will be the Spectacular Spider-Man Annual with Cloak and Dagger.
And
then also that episode, Daredevil Annual 5 with guest star Spider-Man, and also Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, and the return of one of my favorite supervillains.
Oh yeah, the Blonde Biscuit.
Tyrannus, the Blonde Biscuit. Yep.
Heck
I like him bad.
So yeah, we're gonna get kind of little street level here. Well, probably except for the Saga of the Serpent Crown story, we're gonna get some street level here for next 2 episodes at least. Yeah. Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Hell, we guest stars in the Daredevil Annual. The next 2 episodes, within those 4 issues, Spider-Man appears in 3 of them.
It's true. Yeah.
Boy, I wonder if he's popular at the time.
Just a tad.
Again, well, unless you count the Avengers and Avengers West Coast as the same thing. I was going to say Spider-Man's the only one who got multiple annuals.
That's true. And I'm still surprised that Captain America didn't get one.
I wonder if it was just like a weird time because he was just coming out of being the captain and stuff, and the whole transition of John Walker and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That was probably it. Yeah.
Or they just had a certain amount of issues, maybe they could do. So
that's true. Yeah, I can only imagine what a process this was to plot out. As I said in the last one, so many chapters to this.
And Grunwald was probably doing 50 things. He's probably writing. He's probably editing stuff. So
yeah, definitely.
He's probably like, oh, I don't have to do that. I don't have to be in there. Okay. Although someone else could have written the annual, I guess, because someone
that's true.
Wasn't Claremont writing the X-Men, so
right.
Could have been in there with Frank Castle and Mark Spector. Bounce a shield off their heads. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough, you two. Well, actually, Moon Knight is the voice of reason in the Punisher Annual, as we'll discover in the next episode.
Oh God, you know you're in trouble when Moon Knight's the voice of reason.
Yeah, I know. He's the one that has to talk Frank down in this one.
What the F? Remind me to use a certain drop next episode.
It's Egyptian Batman.
Oh, yes. And the Jed McKay one as well.
Oh, yes.
Moon Knight, a guy who runs around in a white outfit, relieving people of their facial features.
I love it.
Friend of the show, Jed McKay.
I can't wait for Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. I mean, I got the number 0. Yes. I can't wait for that series to come out.
Oh, I'm so excited. I saw one of the variant covers today, and my eyes just about boggled. I've got to get it.
I mean, I love the Mr. Knight look, but oh man, he's going back to like a classic looking suit.
The classic look. Yes. Yeah, I love it.
I love a crazy MF and biscuit in a cape.
That's right. That is right. He's my favorite hero for a reason.
Oh, that's your favorite hero?
Yeah, for Marvel. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, I knew Ray's love of him, but I didn't remember that was your favorite. But wait, more than Namor?
More than Namor.
Well, I guess technically you could say Namor's an anti-hero.
yeah.
Depending who's writing, it could be an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
depending who's writing, so could
favorite
Moon Knight.
Marvel.
That's...
Yeah, he's been a little gray before too, but that's another reason I like.
I think you could say Moon Knight sometimes been an anti-hero, like when he cut off Bushman's face.
Yeah, and we won't talk about Age of Khonshu.
Oh yeah.
The less said about that, the better.
Now the Khonshu's free. Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, that first Moon Knight series with Doug Mensch and Bill Sienkiewicz is one of my favorite things.
Yes.
In this world, I think that's solid gold. And really, my love of Moon Knight was kind of how I got into podcasting, because I became a patron of Into the Night, and after that got in contact with Ray and then Russell, and just started
Yeah, it's kind of
started rolling from there. Yeah.
That's kind of almost how I got in contact with Ray. I was already podcasting, but I listened to his show a little bit, and then I wrote a Moon Knight blog, and I kind of tagged him in it, and then he was sharing it, and we started writing back, and
love it.
Oh, stay tuned.
That's kind of how I started too. Yeah.
Stay tuned, kids. You're gonna be getting a Capes Lunatics episode here soon with me, Lilith, Tyler, and one of our old hosts, Kelly, and we're going to talk about how we all banded together in the very beginning before Capes and Lunatics.
Oh, nice.
Because Capes and Lunatics been around since 2017, but we started podcasting together. It was in 2014, so it's like the 10.
Right.
So I told Lilith, I said, I've been annoying you for 10 years now. Can you believe it?
I love it. The 10-year anniversary this year.
So we're going to do an episode on that. Yeah.
What was the previous iteration called?
Well, we just did a bunch of stuff. We would do some DC stuff, some Marvel stuff, and then of course, you know how I'm full of ideas. I'm full of it. I'm just like, well, why don't we just create one or two places and do everything in one or two places instead of just here, follow us on, we started with Before the Bat, where we covered the Gotham show. We were doing Flash. We were covering the Flash and Arrow TV shows. And then we started getting in the comics for Marvel and DC. And I was just like, let's just do everything in one spot.
Yeah.
Just say, check it out on Capes and Lunatics instead of, here, check us out on this podcast,
Right.
I mean, that's fine for everyone else, but I'm just I'm tired. I just want to say, I'm lazy. I just want to do one to say, find us on one spot.
It's a network. Yeah.
That's right. So that was my crazy rise to power, kids. So see, there's the lesson. Watch who you get power to.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else, Justin? You know what? I didn't share the covers for this episode.
Oh, yes.
Damn it, I forgot. But here, let me just throw this up because again, like that Marvel Comics Presents, that era, they had those wraparound covers.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Love that. Oh, isn't that great? Yeah, and Cold Blood. I forgot about Cold Blood.
Yes. Trying to make that a thing.
Wish.com version of Deathlock. Yeah. Oh, man.
Atlantis Attacks.
Yeah,
the
those
incredible
are
Hulk
the
battles.
stories in that issue are great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that Joe Fixit corner box up there where he's dressed like the Kingpin.
He's got the trench coat.
The fedora, yeah.
Oh, man, it's so good.
And everyone was just like, oh, it's a guy with gray skin or it's, oh, hey, he must be a mutant or something.
Yeah.
I thought the Hulk was green and dumb.
You thought wrong. Sucker.
And then that X-Men cover. That's there you go. Mr. Jip looks all confused.
Yeah. And I have to point out, look at what Rogue's legs are doing.
Hey.
What's happening there?
I can't believe you would bring that up, Justin. I mean, come on. I mean, You know, there's going to be a times where you're in the middle of a battle and you got to pee or something, right?
That's why she's flying away. She's like, I'll be right back, guys.
Their legs crossed. Oh man, that could have got messy. That could have been some Diamondback revenge. She's like, don't make me piss your pants. I will piss your pants.
That would be nasty.
And if you keep it up, I'll do something worse.
Oh. With an Amber Heard on her.
Oh! Oh, good Lord. I found it interesting on the cover. I don't think Diamondback or Dazzler was on the cover.
No.
Maybe they're trying to keep that surprise.
I guess, yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think we covered everything, and it was fun. It was fun to revisit these after many years, and it was cool that, you hadn't read that Joe Fixit story, so that was new to you. That's cool. And we have a new to us, New Mutant story coming up in a few episodes.
Yep. And the next two episodes are just going to be crazy with Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil, Moon Knight.
Daredevil. The Abomination.
Yes!
Yeah. Yep, things are going to get crazy, folks.
All right. And Daredevil's like in the middle of his mushroom trip in upstate New York, as Lilith likes to call it.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushroom.
Talking about those Daredevil issues. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushroom.
All right, kids. So send us your thoughts on tonight's issues, the upcoming stuff. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch or the classic stuff.
Yes,
it's all up there.
Brand new.
And of course, you must rain random money on us through the Cash App link. Lilith demands it.
Make it rain.
Yeah. Pretend you're Mr Jip, or no, you're the Atlanteans, and pay us off. Don't make us dance on that pole and worry about Joe Fixit dropping whales on us.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And of course the Patreon, where you can find you get new exclusive only to you content every month for you Patreon elite, or as Lilith calls you, the inmates. And again,
Capes and Lunatics Plus.
Yes, and July episode will be our trip to HersheyCon, and then I don't know what's coming up in August yet, but it'll be uncensored and it'll be Angry Lilith Hellfire, so it's worth the price of admission alone. All right.
Yeah.
So find that at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and find it all at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, now for this man, this owl, Justin the Owl. You can hear him here every week on Marvel Tales, talking something different. Again, we've barely scratched the surface on Atlantis Attacks.
That's right. We're going to be doing Marvel. We're going to be doing Atlantis Attacks for a few weeks.
7 more weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you can find him here, and you can find him once a month on X-Men Classics, which will be more regular next year.
Yes.
You can find him there. You can find him also once a month on Energon Universe with myself and Russell, talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff coming out of Image. I can also find him on Capes Lunatic Sidekicks once a month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
Talking all things Azrael, and then he sneaks on an occasional other episode of We Are the Night. Stay tuned for episode 200.
Yes, a big one's coming up.
And of course, every so often you can catch him on Electric Mullet as we talk the Superman stuff.
I'll be there soon, talking some Exile.
That's right. So we've been doing it in order from 1986's Man of Steel. Yes,
love it.
All right, but that is not all this man does.
Not all.
You can also find him on these other fine shows. Justin, tell them about
right. Gamma Charge. You can find me and Russell every month talking about the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk. We also have a Patreon, so check that out. Predator and Prey, we are joined by the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray. And right now we are discussing some classic Predator comics from Dark Horse before the new Black Panther vs. Predator is released later this summer.
Nice.
And last but not least, The Lost Library of Legends. A new episode is coming out soon on a 1993 miniseries from Image called Wildstar.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch. It's me, your old pal, the Owl.
That's me.
He loves comics, kids.
I love it.
And it.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Bird time.
I need more Drunk Justin drops.
You'll get some more in November,
I
at
know.
least. Yeah.
Guilty or innocent. Well, that escalated quickly.
All right, kids. Well, so like we said, sorry, we didn't bombard you with the drop this time, but there was no Atuma this time.
I know.
not
It
a
didn't show
tumor.
up here.
We had, yeah,
I think next time, though. I think next time we see it.
just a bunch of Atlantean troops in the Marvel Comics Presents, and then Mr. Jip and Ghaur and Llyra in the X-Men annual.
Yeah.
It's not a tumor.
I know we're
No
getting to him.
Atuma.
Gotta
We'll
get-
see him again soon.
We'll give you that Hawk Tuma maybe next time.
It's not a
I'll give you
tumor.
time to edit it.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I put those thoughts in my head, and I'm just like, oh no, I want that.
No, that's all I can think about.
Got myself crazy. What happened, sir? I'm trying to combine Hawk Tuma and Atuma. Never gonna pull Hawk Tuma. All right, come back next time for part 3 of Atlantis Attacks, Amazing Spider-Man
Yes.
Annual 23, and Punisher Annual 2. The special guest punching bag, Moon Knight.
That's right.
Oh, and She-Hulk's in the Spider-Man Annual. Yes.
Yeah. Guest stars galore.
Yes. All right, come back next time. Remember, go before you battle.